Up to where? I didn't sign it.
Yeah, so we only, it's we have 9 people, it's only 4 here, so we have more, yeah.
We do.
So. Need one more. Huh?
Don't forget to sign it.
Did y'all sign?
What about hotel? You need a pen?
They just want to.
Okay.
Well, did I call you TPA today?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
You're on my restroom.
So we're gonna get started, good morning to all, and are they, can you hear me? Good morning to all and Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. And we're gonna just get started. We have 2 presentations. We don't have quorum, so and. No, we're not. We're not.
I'm scared, but
Yeah.
yeah, click it. It's gonna bring it.
Okay.
And then you just click.
Understood.
That's it.
Thanks, I think I can remember.
Breaks on these chairs. I know. You don't want to.
Or Super City.
Or maybe we just have races.
Yeah.
Collision here.
All right, so we're gonna get started. We only have 4 people here, so I don't need to, and I don't have copies. Did you get our minutes, Akil? You. I should, well, we sent it out. Let me just.
Okay, I will double check.
All right.
I'll double check my, invoice.
All right, I'll double check.
Okay, so what, you wanna start with your presentation, Tony?
Sure, whatever works for you.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Before we go on, just wanna, Joanna Stolove?
Yes, I'm
What?
from MRHS.
What organization?
MRHS.
Oh, okay. That's,
Morningside Retirement and Health Service.
Yeah.
all right.
Yep.
I'm heading over there right after this.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
And who's that in the corner there?
It's me, Walter. It's Ron Bruno.
Okay, Ron, what organization you from again?
MRHS.
Oh, both of you, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And we got Will from
Exactly.
the library, Madison's from Aging, and Harlem Advocates. That's William Hamer. Oh, that's nice. Is that Will?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just not on camera just yet.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and I won't be able to stay for the full meeting, but
That's fine. Thank you for
Okay.
showing up a little bit of it.
okay.
Did you just record? Did you put the record on? Is the regular, you see the record button?
I heard it said recording.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's get started. Go ahead.
Okay, so
No
I'll
time.
started. I'm told that all I have to do is share screen. And find my,
Oh, here we go. We got quorum.
Is that?
And it's 11:13.
Okay, I don't recognize you.
If I wish one second. Let's see that.
Look, and I said.
Happy New Year.
All right, now if you want to come up, we gotta come early.
You look like an ice age.
What, apple?
Yeah, I was gonna think about, yeah.
Did you say you brought?
No, before.
Oh. Carry on,
Okay,
sir.
okay, so I think most of you know my organization, Arts and Minds. We create arts workshops tailored to the needs of seniors with Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia and their care partners. And I'm going to go into some of the nuts and bolts of how we do that. But before I start, I want to just tell you a quick anecdote about one of our participants. So the woman here on the left, we'll call her Nancy. She was painfully shy, and she had been diagnosed with dementia. And she attends a session up in the Heights with her husband on a regular basis. So we do our program up there in collaboration with Irving Medical Center. And in that particular program, we have healthcare professionals that are part of the program that sit, shoulder to shoulder with the regular participants. Anyway, what she's doing there is clutching the arm of the educator and whispering that I made art, but I don't want you to put it on the wall with the other people's art, and I don't want to talk about it. And so naturally, our educator is saying, of course, because we're creating safe spaces where people can feel comfortable, right? I know that that's what she's doing because I talked to the educator afterwards, and I had previously been the educator in that same session the week before, and she did the same thing to me. She grabbed my arm really tight, and she goes, I don't want you to hang my artwork up, and I don't want to talk about it. And we honor those requests. So subsequently, over time, we would say, maybe I'll just hang the artwork up, but we don't have to talk about it. And she would, be happy with that. And then we move forward with, clean up the art. Maybe you want to whisper in my ear something that you want, and I can share it with you. Until after 6 or 7 sessions, this was her. And she'd stand up and she would hold forth and talk about her work in an excited fashion. And so we went from this to this in about 6 sessions. Now, I mean, this is a story I'm so proud to be able to relate, because this is why we exist, is to create a sense of community, a safe place for people with dementia to feel like they're part of a community, because they're sharing 1 day a week, every week for months and months, or sometimes it's bi-weekly, with other people who have this common experience of having been touched by the disease. And here's another example real quick. This is what we're after, is people who are engaged. We try to cultivate moments of engagement for people with dementia and their care partners. Every session is not miraculous. We don't have, there is no known as of yet cure for dementia, but there are things that people can do to slow the progress and to delay the onset. And we like to think that that's what the function that we serve in the community. Now, how do we do that? We have workshops. We have one right around the corner from here in Manhattanville every 2 weeks. And a standard workshop is, it looks something like this, where there are people sitting around a table talking about art. And we started at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in 2010. And we evolved during the pandemic. We went to online programming exclusively. And after the pandemic receded, we maintained the online programming because it was so successful. People chime in from all over for those. Our programs are always free, and we've expanded out into the community. In fact, that was one of the main reasons I was brought on, because I've been involved in community activism for many years. And this is the partnership I mentioned to you with Irving Medical Center. When we're in a museum, we'll talk about a work of art sitting around that work of art. And it's a dialogue, and then we make art inspired by the conversation that we have. Here, sometimes we bring in a guest artist. In fact, I guess you can't see her in this picture because she's out of the frame, but we brought in a local artist who's quite well known in the area. It was Josefina Hernandez. And she creates these lovely cutouts that you project light through. And we had the great honor and pleasure of having her as our special guest. And we brought in one of her pieces and projected light, and that's what we talked about on that day. Before we made art, inspired by the conversation that we had. This is, speaking of MRHS, this is a photograph taken 3 years ago at Morningside Retirement Health Services. And as you can see, here's a gentleman with his aide, and there's another gentleman with his spouse. So it's people who have been diagnosed or people who have memory concerns. We don't ask for certification, and a care partner. Often it's an adult child or a paid aide. We were founded in 2010 by, let's see, I wonder if there's any way I can get rid of this thing.
What's that? The board, okay.
Put it
Oh,
down.
you know, that's good enough. There we go. Okay. This is my boss, Carolyn Halpin Healy. Many of you have met her, I'm sure. She has been an educator at the Met for decades. And back in 2010, they asked her to develop programming for seniors with dementia. And this gentleman over here is Dr. James Noble. He was a young neurologist out of Harlem Hospital, and his patients by chance were attending these programs and reporting back to him what a wonderful experience it was. So he decided to check it out. And then that's how we were born, Arts and Minds. The partnership between Dr. James Noble, who's now at New York Presbyterian Hospital in neurology,
Right.
and Carolyn Halpin Healy. There's another board member to his left. But I'm sorry, I have so much trouble pronouncing his name. His name is Dr. Williams. So we like to think that we improve the quality of life for people with memory loss. Our programs consist of response and interpretation. It's the focal point is always a work of art, and it's not didactic. It's not about art history. It's not about technique. It really is just a jumping off point to have this collective journey of discovery, right? So we could actually look at this image, and in fact, we'll just take a minute here now, and I'm going to ask you what I ask a typical group. What do you see? Anybody want to venture? We don't have to, there's no wrong answer. Just what are you looking
You mean all three of them?
at? Just what do you see on the screen?
First three.
Uh, I don't see the relation between all of them.
Well,
They're distinct. All three of them are distinct.
Well, thank you for getting us started. You said the three of them are very distinct. Can
Yeah.
you say more about that?
Let's see. The middle one sticks out to me because it either is like what's that fruit? That jackfruit? What's that? Is that the jackfruit?
No, it looks like a
Either-
jackfruit.
Or
So it looks juicy.
or a bug.
Or a
bug,
bug.
yeah.
Okay.
A
that's-
bug, yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
I saw a heart.
Uh-huh.
I saw a heart
Uh-huh.
with extensions.
Uh-huh.
That means feelings, that means flow of existence,
Uh-huh.
that means fruitfulness for the body.
So
That,
it's very expansive. But something that's expanding,
Yes.
something that's juicy. And we both said heart here. Mhm. All right. Good. So now, again, I don't want to belabor this thing because I know I have a limited amount of time. I would love to just take this apart, and we could talk about this for half an hour. And when Walter first responded, I reflected back what he said, right? And that's what we do when someone shares. We reflect back to them what they have said to us, and then we sometimes expound upon it so that the person with memory loss feels acknowledged. They feel seen. Yes.
No, I'm just saying, crucifixion,
Yeah.
because all of the blood and
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
it's
that's
all.
spiritual.
Uh-huh.
That's spiritual.
That link-
It's it. Yeah, that's the first one.
So this artist is named Juan Sanchez, and he actually has a very special relationship with Arts and Minds. We've actually done a studio visit with our participants to his art studio. And he's been very generous with his time, and he loves what we do. But this is an internationally acclaimed local New York artist. I believe he teaches at City College. He's still working.
We'll find out.
And
I thought it was
go on.
an African mask
It's,
Oh, yeah.
Big.
That could be,
yeah,
yeah.
you see, everybody brings something different to the table. And you know, we allow for creative digressions. This, like I said, there's no wrong interpretation because half the time the artists don't even know, right? They create something and it's an intuitive experience. It can be for them. And then afterwards they reflect upon it and it reveals itself to them, right? And so that's what we want to have this process of revelation in the course of a conversation about a work of art. This work of art is actually at the El Museo del Barrio, and that's one of our main partners. We partner with El Museo del Barrio, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the Studio Museum. Now, the Studio Museum is very exciting. That's been our home base actually for a long time, and now that they've opened again, we have programming I brought flyers for, so that you all know what is coming.
Where is that?
It's
125th.
125th Street, across the street from the state office building.
Building.
It's a brand new state-of-the-art building, designed by the same architectural firm that did the African Museum in Houston.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just opened,
Yeah.
just reopened, yeah. It's very exciting. So, here's another example, and I'm gonna go into a little more detail here, because this is one of my favorite pieces to use, especially here in Harlem. I'm just gonna summarize the trajectory of a typical conversation around this particular work of art. It doesn't take long for people to associate the color with the music, right? This is like jazz riffing.
Yeah.
Right? And the artist was actually a musician himself, and he thought of making art in the same way he thought of making his music. And so if the wonderful part about projecting an image on a screen is you can zoom in on the details, right? And especially for people with memory loss, that reframes it, right? So they can look at it with new eyes and see things they didn't see before. Like back here, they might be distracted by all the details, but when you zoom in on that face, you see it's collaged in there, right? There's
That's incredible.
yeah. So this particular artist created this piece about a particular place. The artist name you may know, Romare Bearden, and the piece is called Jam at the Savoy.
Boy.
Now, anybody here ever been to the Savoy? Yeah, over there back in the day? I mean, that was a intergalactic famous place. That's where a lot of stars got their start. Ella Fitzgerald, which was 14 years old, was a house singer at the Savoy, right? And so this particular image is rich with associations that we can use to stimulate a conversation, right? And
She
all
asked what the name of the artist was.
sorry,
The name of the artist was,
Romare Bearden.
you got it, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the Savoy.
Yeah.
Now, these images were very carefully curated for this presentation. I've never done this in Harlem where I haven't had somebody in my group say, I could have been in that picture. So the Savoy, you know.
That's the one in Harlem, right?
Yeah.
7th Avenue.
You know what? I don't have the address.
It used to be
It's
seven.
not, it's not open. It hasn't
Up
been
the
open.
street from Abyssinia, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the building is still there.
Yeah.
The Savoy. What was that big ballroom downtown like in the 50s?
Roseman.
Roseland, the same owner of Roseland owns the Savoy.
For
right?
Roseland.
Yeah, well, they were around well into the 70s.
Yes,
Roseland.
that's right.
And check it out.
Now, who's the artist? Can you tell us who the artist?
Romare Bearden is the artist.
No. The artist at the piano.
Oh, I don't know. Do you?
Lionel Hampton.
Oh, is that Lionel Hampton? That's the other thing. I just found it on the internet. I did Savoy Ballroom and I saw the image, but it didn't have a title.
Yeah.
So thank you. You see? So their feet are not even touching the ground. And again, these are images that are selected so people go, huh, right? Because that's what we want, is to cultivate moments of engagement, right? And we try to keep the conversation in the present because people who have memory issues are sometimes will get embarrassed if you ask them, remember a time when, right? So, although it's really exciting to see when memories come burbling up organically because they're excited. I have, I mentioned the first woman in the first slide who was very, very shy. And we've had people come up to us and say, dad at home, he never talks, but in this class, he never shuts up.
Oh,
So there he is, Romer Bearden. And
Yeah.
he was a Renaissance man. He came from Harlem royalty. His mother was a journalist for a Chicago newspaper, African American newspaper, although she was living in New York. And they hosted all of the greats from the Harlem Renaissance, like Duke Ellington and everybody. And as I said, he also was a musician. He was an athlete. He had a degree in philosophy and a degree in mathematics
Wow.
from the Sorbonne.
Right brain, left brain. Right brain. left brain.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all know who the first African American professional ball player in a white league was. Jackie Robinson. But before Jackie Robinson, he was offered a contract with the Philadelphia White team. And because he had been playing in the Negro League, and because he was so light-skinned, African American, they would offer him a contract if he lied and claimed to be white. And he said, no, thank you. So this is an amazing human being, and it's perfect for a conversation because there's so many levels at which you can enter into this conversation, right? And then the quote, you sing on the canvas, you improvise, you find the rhythm and catch it good and structure as you go along. Then the song is you. You see, and that's
a heavy too.
isn't that great?
Mhm.
And again, we're running through this quickly for time,
Yeah.
but even just this quote is great stimulation for a conversation about, seeing the colors, music. What does music mean to you? And then we always ask a motivating question before we make art. And in this case, for this particular presentation, the question is, how would you improvise your song? And then you can do with that whatever you will. How would you improvise your song? Could mean anything. It's something different to each person. And then we provide all the art materials. They sit around a table for usually about maybe a little bigger than this, maybe a dozen people. We've had sessions with as many as 20. And often, like I said, they're dyads. They're people with their care partners, but often also people come alone if
They
they're
do,
independent.
okay, yes.
Yeah, it's not uncommon at all.
Even though we have dementia, or they are able to come along.
Well, for example, at MRHS, where we're at, a lot of people live right there in
Ah.
the complex, or people come from the neighborhood. And the same with the program we have in the Heights is, or in Manhattanville too. People live in Manhattanville, they just come down to the
Okay.
program for these 2 weeks. So we'll move this along. I don't want to end without emphasizing how excited we are about the programming we're doing at the Studio Museum in Harlem. And there's such a need in the Latino and African American community. If you're over the age of 65 and you're Black or Latino, you have a much greater chance of developing the disease than if you're white. Yes, and it's not clearly understood why. It probably has to do with really just inequities in the system more than anything else.
Stimulation too, probably.
Sorry?
Stimulation.
Yeah,
probably.
of course. People, they find a family member is starting to lose their memory and maybe losing some language, and they fear they're losing their loved one, and they can't relate to them in a normal way, and they plop them in front of a television set. And they spend most of their lives like this, right? When they should be out and about and being stimulated and participating, right? So my boss, she hates it when I call her my boss, and that's the best kind of boss to have, right?
Yeah.
She actually came when she learned I was coming to present today. She came to my apartment and dropped off these Studio Museum flyers so that we are trying to get the word out about programming. Registration is required. One of the sessions is this afternoon, but they're Tuesdays at 2 p.m. And they go through February. And I will distribute these before I leave, and I have other information here too. And that's basically the overview. If anybody has any questions, I would help you to entertain them.
Yeah, I have a question. This is really good for seniors and caregivers when a senior is mobile. What does your organization or any organization do to outreach the seniors who have lost their mobility?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because we do. Let me also emphasize that all our programs are free. They're always free. And we have every Monday and Tuesday at 2 o'clock, we have Zoom sessions. In fact, a lot of our people who have been with in-person programming, going to museums and do community partnerships, often they lose their mobility over time, but they continue online on Mondays. Oh, so sorry. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, I got my hearing aids in and it rings in my ear really loud. Okay. So, and also we have, we're all about accessibility. Like we partner at the Met and the other museums, not just with the education, but with their accessibility people. And especially lately, museums have been really going out of their way to accommodate people with special needs. So that answers your question.
I was, when you use the word art
Mhm.
and extend, I use like, I'm also on the Arts and Culture Committee for the board, but I like to extend art in all kind of
Yeah.
facets, which would include stuff like modeling,
Mhm.
dancers.
Sure.
So we said arts and minds.
Mhm.
I would think maybe a class would also like have one of music.
Mhm. We've done that.
And yeah,
We
like
partnered with
what,
the Jazz
what do
Museum
you,
in Harlem.
yeah, so I'm
Mhm.
curious.
Yeah.
I said to you before, I said, if I ever develop
Mhm.
some form of dementia, if you put on a song,
Oh, yeah.
oh my God, I'll tell you when it came out, what record label it was on, who sang
Uh-huh.
it, what dance we did back
Yeah.
then. It all comes, I know the words of the song, all
Mhm.
that comes back. I can't, today, if I put something down, I can't remember where I put it.
Uh-huh.
If you ask me what did the Jeff
Yeah.
Jensen sing in 1964?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not good with names, but I'm good with lyrics that I never meant to memorize, but they're in there, right?
Yeah,
You know, and we get a lot of people who are musically inclined, theater people. This is in New York, right? But the way I became familiar with this program was because I was managing the education department at Sugar Hill Children's Museum. And we partnered with Arts and Minds, and they would come in with their group of people with memory issues on the days we were closed. Because on the days we were open, there was too much stimulation with all the kids running around. And we would sit around a work of art and talked about it. And we had this group of people that 3 or 4 of them came from whatever, they had lives in the theater. And there was a mural and somebody mentioned the blue sky on the mural and then he went blue sky. And the whole group smiling at me, the blue sky. And that's what we love, right? Because we're open to that. We want to stay in the present moment. It's not remotely didactic in any way. If people want to talk about basketball, we can talk about basketball, right? So, and then the arts are perfect because there are things, especially when you maybe have lost some language, you can still communicate complex and nuanced emotions visually, using, paper and pencil or colored pencils or watercolor. So.
Do they develop relationships in themselves?
Well, that's the most exciting part of it. It's like, particularly in the program I mentioned, that's the partnership with Irving Medical Center. That's something a little new for us because before we start the actual arts workshop, we have a half hour, which is kind of like a memory cafe. I don't know if you're familiar with those. Memory cafes are been springing up all over Western Europe and this country too, where people with dementia come in. It's like it's as if it's a cafe, but they sit around and they play games and they're brought snacks and a beverage and we do that. People come in, there's music playing, there's a big flat screen TV along one wall that has projected looping images of close-ups of faces from masterpieces at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And yes.
Everything that you talked about is very interesting, and I'm from a musician or entertainment family. And the thing about everything that you said and how you'll say a line and somebody will sing,
Uh-huh,
I've done that all my life and still do.
yeah.
Okay, so my question, that being said, is there do you need a referral from a doctor that says that the person that's coming in has dementia? Or do you have professionals on site
No,
that are licensed to give that diagnosis?
well, in the case of the Early Medical Center, we do have professionals from Early Medical Center that are that are participants like everybody else, but they're not there to diagnose anybody. We don't ask for certification. It's the honor system. We have people who just say, I have memory concerns. I am concerned and I'd like to participate. And as long as there's room, we give priority to the people who have been clearly have a diagnosis, but we've never asked for anybody to prove that they have memory loss. The truth is, we have the opposite issue. There's such there's such a stigma, I find. You know, that I've found it very challenging to recruit because there are people who have been diagnosed who don't want to out themselves by participating in a program for people with memory loss. But then once they do cross that threshold, it's really exciting to see how how they bond by participating.
So they
in
do
the
develop
community.
those really as we were.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I want to back up so you can just see this. Uh-oh. I want to just this is the image of this wonderful facility up in the Heights. It's just a state-of-the-art space with a reception area with two big couches and a big flat screen TV in one room. It's like a living room. And really, people come in, they're offered a beverage and a snack, they sit down, we play games. It's lightly curated. We do show and tell. We don't call it show and tell, but we invite people to bring in artifacts that are significant to them. And we talk about that. We play games, we do reading exercises. It's yes.
What is this space?
It's called the Columbia Community Partnership for Health. And it's right next to the bus station on Fort Washington, 178th Street. Yeah. And then we moved to the classroom and they have this beautiful long table. It's a wonderful facility with a big flat screen TV. And then we proceed with the workshop that I've described here to you. So I feel I've taken enough of everybody's time here.
Thank you.
Yes. Very well. Thank you.
Well, let me add some. I want to just offer an observation that's probably more a comment for the future than really needs a response right now, but since you're here. As I talk with other older people, friends in my life, people both within and away from the senior centers where I am, I notice a lot of just morning cafe and coffee gatherings, 3, 4, 5 people regularly having coffee at this place, or it's a McDonald's or anything else. In its own way, it's an informal version of some of the things that I think we're trying to do in a formal way. And I just put that out there as something that, if that comes into your planning at some point, how to connect to those informal activities.
Oh, yeah, we're always open to trying new things. And I like to think of this, especially this program, as kind of a laboratory, especially for that first half hour where we try something new. I brought one day, I just covered the table. There's like a coffee table between these two couches. I covered it with flower petals. Right? There's nothing, it's just like dessert. It's not an invitation. They're just such beautiful things to play with, you know? And the purpose is to just stimulate community and conversation, you know? And you're talking about community there in a microcosm. And yeah, I again, I'll think about how,
Glad to share some
Yeah.
related observations when it fits.
thank you. Okay,
Well, thank you very much for your presentation.
I'm gonna
As usual.
log out here.
You guys you're presenting,
We are, it's my,
we,
feel free to chime in. We're my course in labor years, we're not doing the PowerPoint, we're gonna go old school, right?
Yes.
But that was absolutely wonderful, Debbie, and I think I have somebody new to refer to you, yeah. I would say that some of the work you're doing overlaps in what we're doing. Our real goal is to help reduce isolation in older people, and I can't imagine anything more isolating. So I think. And I agree, won't use it, and even a song I don't like, if it came out in 1983, I know every word, yes. I totally get that, so. Like Fortune in later years, everybody calls us Lily. We were founded about the same time as you were, 2009, by a woman named Irene Sola that. You remember.
Yes.
The more true, we were walking. Well, that's the thing. Irene was an activist from the get-go. When she was a single mom in the 70s, there was no daycare, so she founded one, and the family annex is still there. When her mom got to be in her late 90s and started to have health problems, Irene and her 4 sisters were all trying to work together, figure out something, and finally Irene said, "Mom, you're gonna live with me, that's the solution." I have a handicap access, elevator, no stairs, I ordered a hospital bed, and her mom died that week. So kind of out of that, because she's was a doer, she was sitting around with some friends, having coffee, and at a pastry shop. And they said, "Well, why don't you do something?" Because she said, "There's an elder care crisis." She said, "My mom had 5 daughters and we didn't know what to do. We were overwhelmed, and we all lived in the New York area. We didn't live in California. We didn't live abroad." So she got this idea of neighbors helping neighbors. Irene, if she said, "You'd like to volunteer, wouldn't you?" What are you gonna say to Irene? You're gonna say, "Sure, Irene." She had that, that kind of force of personality in a really good way. So the original mission was working with the oldest old, they call people 85 and above. And people who really couldn't get out easily, people who didn't use technology, and this is 2009, technology was very different. And we would go and visit them in their homes. And some people might have teams of visitors. They might have 3 or 4 people coming every week to visit. It kind of grew from there, because you're visiting someone who's 87, 95, you start to go like, "Oh, can I help you with this?" Or, "Oh, you have to go to the eye doctor, why don't I go with you? Because they're gonna dilate your eyes and you cannot be taking the bus home by yourself." So then we started offering volunteer opportunities for some people. Maybe they can't commit every week to visiting the same person, really developing a relationship, but they're like, "I can take someone to the doctor. I can pick up somebody's groceries." From that, we started thinking maybe some of these older folks would like to meet each other, because something, and I'm sure I'm looking around this room, we've all lost friends. We're at that age,
yeah.
and you can't replace old friends, but making new friends is really important. We have a woman in Lily who's 95. She almost teared up at lunch recently talking. She said, "I didn't think at 95 I would be making so many new friends and joining new groups." And so our first group was a walking group, which was a very funny group. We still have our walking group. The walking group wouldn't start for almost half an hour, because you have to wait for everybody to get to the bench. Then everybody has to talk, and everybody has to check in, and then people walked at different paces. And then when it got cold like this, I said, "Well, why don't we meet for coffee?" So in my mind, you're still walking, you gotta get to the coffee place, go back to your coffee meeting. So they didn't think it was a walking group. They still had to leave their apartment, go outside, get the coffee, have their whole chat, and then go home. And then we just started making more groups, and that brought in younger seniors, people who were 70, who were 76. The people who are 70 are like, "I could volunteer. I can take someone to follow us to the doctor. I can pick up the prescription." So it's really become, and then of course, we're right by Columbia and Barnard, so we get all these amazing young people. At Francine, I know your experience with Girl Scouts, you know how great the kids are. And they, really wildly, I'm doing a new orientation next Tuesday, but these students are fantastic. They only stay for the time they're here, but some of them will really stay in touch.
Yes, they do.
And like one of them was back from she lives in Texas now, and she went to visit her senior friend. She was here for a weekend, and she took 2 hours out of that time to go visit, a lady who
They
lives
really
there.
bond.
They really bond. So we've been using the young people to help with technology. That is,
That's a big one.
I use it,
That's
but
a big one.
yeah. And we really realized during this pandemic what a hugely isolating factor that is. So, I always kind of knew, like, if you have a grandkid, you better be able to text. But if you wanna talk to your doctor, you better know how to use my chart.
Yes.
You know, like, people are like, oh, Paula, I keep calling the doctor's office. I'm like, good luck, you know, you're not gonna get your test results that way.
And it's also convenience too, right?
Yes, it is convenient.
I mean, you don't have to go everywhere physically now.
Half our groups are now on Zoom because after the lockdown ended, people said, I wanna stay on Zoom because I don't know if I can get to book group every Monday, but I can get to my dining room table every Monday. And you put on Zoom. This is actually very funny. One of our Zooms, the woman who sends it out every week is 98 years old. She wound up in rehab for 6 weeks last year and they called me in a panic. They're like, who left? There's at the Jewish home. Who's gonna run this home? Who's gonna send this out? Like, you're a 98-year-old thing, so what can do? Which I thought was very funny. So, but it shows that anyone can use this technology. Like, so when people say, oh, I'm too old, we know it's good for the brain to learn new things. That is one of the things that can help prevent dementia. You're right, there's no cure, but learning new things, again, reduces the isolation. You can, it's blazing hot, it's freezing cold, you can still get to your discussion group. So we do groups every single day of the week now. Some are multiple. Some days we have like 3 groups going on. Everything is free like yours. We do not charge anything for our services. We also do more serious things. We've had 3 legal clinics this year, you know. If you have a healthcare proxy, do you have a power of attorney, you need Medicaid, you need home health aid, like, you know, how do you arrange these things? I hope you are all invited. We're doing a fraud prevention workshop February 20th at the forum. It's in this newsletter that's out there, January newsletter. Please come. We're having an attorney do it. I've known her forever. She's brilliant. She's a securities fraud attorney whose business, she said, is now about 75% fraud prevention.
Wow.
So we're really trying to educate people. With a couple of our older adults who got caught up in some bad scams. We don't want that to happen to anybody.
February 20th.
February 20th at the forum. Check it. Once you grab the newsletter, it's all in there. We're also doing 2 tech workshops. Also, that forum at the public library at 113. In the newsletter. The first one is going to be really basic for people that they're kind of afraid of the internet. They don't use it. They may text, you know, they may look at some videos sometimes, but they don't have an email. They're not doing that stuff. This is a workshop specifically for them. We'll make you an email account. We'll be basic. The next workshop in March is going to be for the person who's already, maybe they're getting on their Zoom, they're, you know, they do whatever. Maybe they want to step it up. Do they want to do online banking? Do they want to figure out some of these apps that are on their phone that they don't know what they are? Do they want to listen to a podcast? You know, so we're gonna, it's a kind of a 2-tiered training, but you guys are all welcome to come. You know, we want to get this information out to everyone. We also do crisis management. You know, I got a phone call the other day, somebody's medical alert had gone off, they couldn't find her, you know, so somebody has to go to the emergency room, we'll go with them, we'll meet them there. I hate to have someone sitting by themselves in the ED for hours, and you know, it can be for hours, especially if you're developed disease or, you know, there's nothing glaringly wrong, you can wait a long time. If someone gets hospitalized, we visit them in the hospital. Get sent to the rehab, unless it's like far Rockaway, these kind of, we'll go visit you in the rehab, we'll bring you things that you need, we'll help you home from the rehab. Actually, we do have a lady in Far Rockaway, and her volunteer drove out to Far Rockaway, picked her up, brought her to her apartment, and she needed things, he got permission from the rehab. Up to 131st Street, she got all her stuff out of her apartment, put her back in the car, he drove her out to Far Rockaway, and he came back. That was really amazing, but so. What I think is really important is when somebody gets discharged, the way it works is you get sent home. Could be Friday, visiting nurse won't come till Monday.
Tuesday.
Right, and then visiting nurse has to do their assessment and put the paperwork in, and then a day or 2 later, you'll get a home health aide. Well, you could have been home for days. Did you leave because you fell? Do you have some, you know, nasty milk in your refrigerator? Do we get some groceries, pick up prescriptions? Even just sometimes people, they want to go home, but they're a little nervous. They've been away from home for 6 weeks or something, you know, so we will help with the safe return home. We refer people to places all the time. You need, legal help, you need housing help, you need a health aid, who can we connect you with?
What about pets? I don't intend to go out in this world. to
We've
have cats.
we've done dog walking, we've done cat sitting, we had
Pets.
one volunteer went with the senior to bury her cat. Like, she said,
What her cat?
bury it or whatever they did with the cat, she's like, I can't do it by myself, this cat has been my partner for 15 years.
Oh, yeah,
And so a volunteer went with her, so she didn't have to do that alone.
yeah.
But a lot of the kids love the dog walk, because they miss their dogs, but they, of course, and they're like, oh, I'd love to go walk her dog before class or after class, so yeah, we definitely help with pets. Which is good, and then food insecurity, which is,
Big deal.
we have food at all our events, so if we're doing something, we're feeding people, we don't ask questions, we partner with Ascension Church, we deliver a big bag of really good groceries every month to whoever asks us. You don't have to, not to, you need groceries, we're getting groceries. We did 120 meals from Riverside Church on Thanksgiving delivery. We even were able to help people in that whole SNAP kerfuffle. We got some gift cards to people because our governor stepped in, the madness was stopped, but we weren't sure. We got gift cards in people's hands, plus it was the holidays, we need a little extra. So that is something we're always aware of and things like that. Do you want to add anything?
Your jewelry making, your dance class.
Yeah, it's a bunch of things. Yes, we have a DAP dance class, 3 times a week. We have, jewelry making, twice a week. We have, we used to have karaoke, and, we are coming back with that. Yes, and, we also do things like, I had a little nightmare, I would call it that. Taking a couple of people to get new phones and. And yes, they really, I got gray here now.
What do you mean new phones? What do you mean? Go shopping with somebody.
Oh,
If you send it, if it's with a person or even me, I go to the store, I don't know, and then they're gonna, oh, Polly, you should get this, you gotta get that add-on and only work with this thing. What do I know? So generally we send students or tech people to do this, like if you need a new laptop, they'll go with you, so they can ask really good questions and be like, you don't need that thing. I know how you use this. Amazon Echoes, we've been giving those to people who are visually impaired. We just gave it to a lady who moved and had to downsize. She listens to music. We're like, well, just tell Alexa to play you whatever song it is you want. But definitely people.
What about it's the telephone that actually reads out or speaks to?
That's
those
what
that
like-
are-
like-
The closed caption.
Yeah.
Well, we could set it up, but they have to approve it too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But, we would definitely do that if somebody.
Yeah, medical alerts, we help a lot of people get medical alerts, I know people, sometimes they don't wanna wear it, they feel, like you were saying, they don't wanna, well, then I'm a little bit.
Right,
sick.
yeah.
So I show them that my watch. I'm 55 and over, and it's built in, if I take a fall, it's gonna say, do you need help? And so I'm like, I'm wearing one, so I can wear one.
They make it very fashionable.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
What's your referral? How do you get referrals?
You just let us know I'd like to be part of Lily, that's
There's
it.
no boundaries, like.
Well, no, we go from 105th to 145th, you do have to be, 65 and above.
Okay, is it river to river?
No, we can't do that. Completely shit, like I've got one lady who's like past Frederick Douglass, what am I gonna say, no, you're 3 buildings in, no, of course not, it'll take you, we have a few in our groups, like some of our groups at the library. What in comments with the library, I don't care where you live on 70th Street, you can come to the film group if you love movies. How do you get, what's your funding? That's always a challenge, so, we write grants, this is kind of an end of year grant thing we're working on this week. We have a gala, number of you have been to our galas, and then we have, private donations. And we even have had some seniors who have, had some means and have donated money or left money to us.
So you don't get any money from the city?
We did, we got a first time grant this year from the city, yeah. And we did get money from the state a couple of years ago, we had a nice grant from them.
No federal funding,
Right.
let's try for it.
Yeah, no, they're busy killing people.
I know. I just, would put that out there. But, yeah,
Gala.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That will be April 28th, but again, I really encourage everybody to come to the frog thing, this is not age related. My daughter, 5 years ago now, so she would have been like 22. And she got caught up in something, she just woke up, the phone rings, it says TD Bank. Their number, so she answers it, and she's half awake, she's answering the questions, and finally she realized, wait, this is weird. So she hung up, but meanwhile, her ability to Zelle has been compromised, she had to close down her whole account, he put the money back, I mean, it was not a disaster. But she said she could never use Zelle again. So any age can get caught up in this, they're very sophisticated, they're coming up with new ideas all the
Well,
time.
they prey on the elderly, there's been a lot of that.
Really do, yes.
Just
Yeah.
technology is so sophisticated.
And also there's fear, everybody, if you get a social security check and someone calls and says, this is about your social security, you get scared. I've had a few people who told me that, well, I kind of panicked and thought I was in trouble. So,
Yeah, it's a big issue.
so but basically we're pretty creative with how we work. We don't have like strict rules. You just want your light bulb changed, fine, we'll come over and help you. You just want to get the newsletter. Okay, just get the newsletter, but you can come to anything. But I think the nice thing is then you get to know us and if you do have a crisis, then somebody might call. Maybe for 2 years, nothing. They get the newsletter, chat with them on the street kind of thing, but then they'll call and be like, oh, this happened. What do I do? And we'll
That's a physical newsletter? Or
it is a physical, because again, we have people not using email. So we send it.
Okay.
It's actually one of our bigger expenses. It's a 4-page color folded, sent through the US mail. We gotta, get the fancy envelopes, the stamps, but we really wanted everybody to have access to it. This is the only way we know how. And that's where we put in all our events. And we talk about events that are happening around town. Almost all the things I put in the newsletter are free, but sometimes there's something in a museum that's so fabulous. I'm like, okay, here, it's so great, you should know about it.
I have a question, and I appreciate all the stuff that you guys do for seniors. What do you do for caregivers? What do you want?
I've been running a caregiver support group for 12 years. It's different people, obviously, over time, but I think it's so hard to be a caregiver. We also include home health aides in any of our stuff, like if we're having, our tea parties next week, you're all do the tea party too if you want, it's in the newsletter. I bring my aide, of course, but we do talk about caregiving and the challenges that takes. And we will try to, if the caregiver needs a volunteer, do you know what I mean? We'll send a volunteer over so that, if you want to just go walk in the park, or you want to take a break, or we'll try to get someone to come over and help.
All right, any more questions?
You have a card.
I did.
Where is your
Yes, I
location?
think I have a card. We have no physical location. We work, because we started working in people's homes.
Yeah.
And a lot of our folks, like you said, the mobility issues, they can't get places. Our volunteers go to you. And when we hold events, we either do it in people's homes or in public spaces. There are things at the church.
What's
center,
that?
library.
Is this the right contact information for you?
Yes, that's, let me make sure. These are new ones. Yeah, well, it has the information for the back on that too.
Is that yours, Richard?
These
I just picked it up off the table.
Oh, okay, so maybe we can make copies. Oh, okay.
You're more than
All right, so it's in this back?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, and one last thing we do that's really fun is our Tuesday men's luncheon group. And this is our colleague Jonathan and a young student from Columbia. He's been with us for a year and a half. He rearranged his class schedule this year, so he could be there for the whole time. They go shopping, they prep, they cook for these guys. The guys all shuffle in. They're there for about 3 hours every Tuesday. And that's been really nice. We just found that men weren't participating as quickly as women were. We wanted to find a way to reach some of the men. And they have really become this amazing group of really good friends. And one of them can't get there anymore physically. So one of the guys is going to visit him as part of it. And
But that's for them, they're the forgotten seniors, because they don't.
Yeah.
One of them.
Thank you very
How do
much.
people come to your caregiver support group? That's a question about recruitment or randomness or just. how do they get there?
it's in our calendar that goes in the newsletter, so you can see there's a caregiver support group, and you just call us. And we do it on Zoom. Again, we moved to Zoom in 2020, and then we decided to keep it on Zoom. If you're a caregiver, you can't always get out of your apartment. So if you want to send you a Zoom link. It only meets once a month.
And they take referrals from any groups, but some of my seniors. Relax, they said, this, I said, okay, let me introduce you to
Yeah.
that, or let me
Yeah.
introduce you to Miriam, so. It doesn't, they're not isolated, they have a hand out.
Miriam's not here, she's a colleague of ours, and she's fully bilingual English Spanish, so we do have some seniors who don't really speak English, and she's terrific. The language should not be a barrier that way.
We have a lot of Asian folks moving into the area too now, so.
We've had a number of students who are
City College or?
Mandarin
Columbia?
speaking,
Okay.
Columbia and Barnard. We haven't had any city college kids.
Okay.
Oh, we also have an intern from Union Theological right now.
Right.
And she's starting a group on spirituality this month. Excellent. Right at Union. Again, if you're interested, let us know. It's in the newsletter.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. How about you have your hand up? I can't see it.
Back up, see it?
Oh, no, I don't think that's her hand. That's the cursor. That's the cursor.
Oh,
Yeah,
it looked like a hand.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They don't need to do that.
Joanna and Ronald, you have anything you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, we can have a few minutes, Walter. That'd be great. Joanna and I are from Morningside Retirement and Health Services, MRHS. We're a North program at Morningside Gardens. So we serve the 600 plus older adults at Morningside Gardens. We have social workers, we have a nurse, provide casework services, nursing services, and a range of health promotion activities, educational, recreational activities, volunteer opportunities, and other service and other activities. We wanted to share today Joanna, who's the assistant director and social worker at MRHS. She and one of our other social workers, Sodi Garnett, put together a series of videos that maybe we can share one or two with the group today. If we're able to share the screen.
Screen?
What's that?
You want to share screen?
Yeah, if we can.
Okay, well, step out there. I see it right there.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, is this it? This is your? Oh, it asked me the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you, can you hear me?
Yeah, so, actually, before we start, maybe Joanna wants to say a few words. What prompted her and Saudia to create these videos?
Okay, yeah, just to give everybody some sort of background to why we made these videos. So we work with a lot of people in the community with cognitive impairment, often with paid caregivers and family caregivers. And, it can feel very, very challenging to meet the needs of somebody in the community with a dementia. And Sadia would often come to me in supervision and say, if only I could just say to them, yes, it's hard, but really, just be kind, right? If you're just kind and you just meet people where they're at, you're not going to get as much agitation, as much acting out behavior. But oftentimes when you present something like that, people become defensive because they're feeling so sort of overwhelmed and frazzled. And so we created these very short 1-minute videos to sort of address some of these behaviors with very simple tactics.
Can you hold on? Can you?
Yeah,
Okay, well, wait, I'm having some, the set this thing up. I'm not good.
Have to do it in later minute.
Yeah, yes, we went to get our text person.
Talking.
You can still talk.
oh, you can hear it. You can hear me.
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Green sheet.
But anyway, just these sort of simple tactics that anybody can use. And it was sort of a way of helping home health aides, family caregivers, as well as people in the community who were confronting people with some cognitive impairment.
Okay.
So,
All right. All right. Can you try, just put a sample up and see if it's coming through?
You'll see a chair.
I put you as co-host, so.
Yeah, thank you, chair.
Can you just one moment to see if it's running?
Yes, put a chair there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I did, yes.
So here comes help. Help.
I put her as co-host already.
Okay, is she
Yeah,
online?
so she's online.
Joanna, okay.
Yeah. I hit that.
No, so we're gonna stop sharing screen.
Okay, stop sharing.
We're gonna stop sharing.
Yeah.
And
She's
so who is this?
she's Joanna.
Okay, we're gonna start wrong screen. Okay.
Make
Co-host.
I did that already.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
all right, so Joanna.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom, in the center of your Zoom, your app, you shall see the share button. Do you see that?
yeah.
Okay, you're just gonna hit that and then pull up whatever it is that you want to share. You should have the capability to do so now.
Great.
Hey.
Perfect.
Okay. Just so the other thing that was really sort of cool about these videos that we made was Morningside Gardens has a theater group, the Morningside Players. And so what was really fun is that we used older adult actors in our videos. So I'm going to play, let me find a video.
So is this supposed to be volume?
Oh, hold on. Nobody can hear it.
Gently make suggestions.
Are you able to hear the video?
No,
Yeah,
we didn't have any audio.
I don't know how to do that. I could hear it so loud. It was, I don't know how one does that. Hold on, let me see.
You don't see that? See the mic?
And you can hear.
Hold on.
What about that?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yes.
Is there something we need to do on our end? Because we can't hear the volume.
Well, we hear her.
No, but we can't hear the video.
Uh,
Please.
Right.
Okay, did you start running? Cause there's nothing moving.
No, I stopped it. I can start it again, but it sounds like you're not hearing it. Do you want me to push play again?
Yeah.
Okay, start it again. Okay, so. No.
Yeah.
See, not that. Audio set, okay, no. It may be
I
something
think
on.
it's yeah, I think it's probably a setting on my end. I just have no idea how.
Your mic,
See it all the way down there?
yeah,
Anything?
that's audio.
That's our.
That's from here, yeah.
Oh, share computer sound. Ah, here.
Oh.
Oh, hold on.
Say,
There you go.
Susie, you're home already.
no, this is the office.
What would you like to do? What's
I wanna go home, why aren't you letting me go home?
Okay, all right.
You
What-
know this, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
Susie, what does home mean
And
to
you know
what
what
would you like to do?
you know,
in
my
home?
daughter's there, she's not here.
Okay, all right. What else is home?
What else?
Coffee.
Yes, we make coffee. I know how to make coffee.
Okay, all right. Well, why don't we walk in and make some coffee
Yeah.
and talk about it a
Well,
little bit more?
Don't you think we should go?
We can. We sure can. Yeah, let's make some coffee
Okay.
first, since that's something that
I can
is
make the
important to
coffee
you.
for you. You've been good.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Let's do that. Let's go sit at the table and have some coffee. Okay?
Okay.
I'll make it for you, or you can make it for yourself. Let's head in there.
Oh, all right. Just
Okay.
coffee.
All right, come on. Let's do it.
Say,
Wow.
Anyway, so can everybody hear me? Because I don't understand how the audio is working. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so that's sort of one example. I mean, I can excuse me. I don't.
say,
sorry.
no,
I can play another one. If I can. We did them on TikTok. And actually whatever it means, they went viral. They had over 1 million views, with a lot of comments. People were really engaging with the content. Because I think what we were offering was very simple. Just sort of this idea of meeting people where they're at. A lot of what we were hearing in terms of Arts and Minds sort of reminded me a lot about what we are encouraging people to do as well, right? So if you're coming to talk about art, but you start singing, so we go with singing. And that's sort of the message we were trying to give people who are working with people with a dementia. I can play one more.
You use TikTok.
All right,
as opposed
Sissy,
to-
the cab just called.
Oh, hold on. So we posted all of these directly onto TikTok.
As opposed to, it's like more people have YouTube than TikTok.
Yeah, we learned that. So we did also put them onto YouTube. So they're both on YouTube and TikTok.
Okay, good. I see it there.
All right, I'll play one more, but we have we must have about, I don't know, 15, 20 videos.
All right,
I'll play one
Sissy, the
other.
cab just called. They're outside waiting for us. So let's head on out to our doctor's appointment.
I don't remember having a doctor's appointment today.
Yes, yes, you do have a doctor's appointment. It's been scheduled. The cab is outside.
But I
waiting
just
to-
saw the doctor 2 days ago.
I just need to head on out to follow up on that appointment.
Well, I feel just fine today.
Yep.
I don't think I need to see the doctor.
Actually, the cab is texting me now because they're outside waiting for us. So let's go ahead to that appointment, see what the doctor
Well,
wants.
tell the taxi man I don't have an appointment. Just tell him that.
You know what? Why don't we go out and tell them together? Let's head on out. Let me get your coat on and help you get ready.
And what's the doctor's name again?
John Stone.
I thought it was Dr. Cohen.
That's another doctor that you have.
Say,
Anyway, and you sort of get the idea. I'd encourage everyone to go and look at them. And they're just wonderful, very short videos that you can share. Because being a caregiver is isolating. It's very difficult. It's stressful. And these are just very short reminders to just kind of stay centered and be kind.
Sounds like a difficult task, and yet, and each one is no set method of doing it. Each one is separate. Each approach is separate. So I mean, if this with the two scenarios, you have to be have two different ways of responding.
And they're both patient.
Yes.
The thing is that when you're dealing with family members, if there's other overlaid interaction dynamics, I went through this with my mother, or she didn't have dementia, she had something else.
All at the top, I don't.
Okay. All right, well, thank you very much, MRHS. I got it, yes, I did. Thank you for coming. All right, we're gonna, Tony, you have anything you wanna say? Sorry, Richard. See? Sign me up, man, sign me up.
First thing I wanna do is introduce Tony. Then
I'm trying to turn it down.
might share names or something at some point. Folks who don't know me, I'm here, I'm the director of the Jackie Robinson Senior Center.
We remember that.
Ah,
Is that an answer?
yeah,
No. Memory
one
test.
finger clap,
Because you're giving us a memory test.
yeah.
Actually, I think I wanna talk first about some of the people I've been listening to. Because I'm hearing programs that I think we can connect our seniors with, we can do a bit of a side discussion over here on that. And I look forward to actually following up with just about every discussion I've heard today.
So it's 12:30.
My organization, and some of you will do it from scratch. Arc Fort Washington, this is our 4th senior center in northern Manhattan. We've been running one in Washington Heights, 2 others in Harlem, and this summer and fall took over Jackie Robinson. It had been closed for a while. Step by step, we're trying to build it back, rebuild programming, etc. We've been doing a little bit of a softer opening and are in the process of planning for what was it that Joe Biden called it, PFT grand reopening in February. Till then, every day, 5 days a week, just 2 meals a day, there's casework available there, a mix of exercise, other programming. We're looking to build that. By the time this committee meets the first week in February, we should have the information on the grand reopening, which we very much want to make a community event of. And I think those are the basics. I'd say I'm looking your way just because we try to connect with community in as many ways as we can. And I think 3 or 4 of us here are part of the West Harlem Older Adults Alliance, which continues to be a growing and positive force in the neighborhood. More than anything else, connecting people with special events, good times. It just might not get to our lives. I think between the 2 of us, we could probably do more of a pitch than that. That's a way to start.
Got Walter here.
I'm part of War too.
Yeah, better, yeah.
I was getting the 3. Tony has been by to talk about how we might work in programming together. And I think that's probably coming up before the end of the first quarter. So let's stay in touch.
Possibly with the group's consent, we could possibly visit you guys in March. March 3rd.
I was gonna say, where is it? What's
It's
the address for?
it's on, yeah, what's the address?
our address is 1301 Amsterdam. If you're looking from the street, it's the building that has the address 1305 Amsterdam.
It's across from
There's-
Grant Houses.
Yeah, there's some community spaces off to the right of the main entrance that include us, a youth center and a daycare center.
And what street is that?
It's like a camp in the middle of Grant House's campus, which is a block surrounded by Amsterdam.
Yeah, what
20
street is that? Because I.
About 123rd.
Oh, all right.
Was that LaSalle? That's not LaSalle, is it?
No, right above, right above,
And it's
right above, what's that?
Well,
It's not really a block.
LaSalle doesn't come into that block. So we're probably 123rd.
South from 125th. You're going south?
Yes, going south.
One
25th.
down.
Yes, yes.
Going south from here, but. Get on Amsterdam Avenue, 125th, walk one down and be there.
Okay.
That's how I walked over here.
All right, so we have a couple of things to discuss. One of them is, we'll need, a strategic planning committee. Would like, a representative to come to the meeting from our community, our committee. So we need somebody to volunteer to be on the strategic planning committee, which meets once every other month. They met in December. I don't think they're gonna meet this month. They're gonna meet in February.
How much is that? What exactly?
Well, the strategic planning is close to the budgetary. It lets you know what projects that they wanna work for, what the community board would like to work on. And what proposals they put out and then what progress toward those proposals. So, and that's an ad hoc, it's not a committee, it's like an ad hoc committee, so it's not a formal. It's not a formal, this is a formal committee. We have the cannabis is ad hoc. That's ad hoc committee, yeah, so it's not a formal committee, and neither is strategic planning.
What's
Yeah.
the time?
It's usually a Tuesdays at 6:30. I think you can come in also on Zoom, because I think it's not formal. I could double check.
I'd like to do that.
Well, thank you,
There, you're nominated.
thank you. Do we do it formally?
Yes,
I
we said
second it.
yes, yes,
All right,
yes.
all in favor? Aye,
Could you email me the information?
Well,
I'll put it
we'll
on my
do.
calendar.
will do, okay.
There we go. Now
All
that's
right,
the
so we have to also start talking about I'm gonna put this out here. Does anybody have any suggestions for our musical person this year? Don't put your head down there. Don't put your head down. Well, you know, we've had 3 of them already, so we've had 3 different people come in and perform. It's just like one song, you know, and the board had paid up like $100 usually, so. Yeah.
There you go.
We don't have space. I mean, they're gonna bring their own instruments. Usually everybody did acapella.
We have a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gentleman, they always
Yes,
sing.
but he,
Very good.
performs it out. A lot of our
Yeah,
functions.
He's performed all.
Okay, so I think our date is confirmed, but I'll double check that with you, but that's going to be
Part of
May 8th, which is right before Mother's Day.
the chords. Yeah, the chords.
Is that
I
that
mean,
song,
I said
Shaboom,
the
Shaboom?
So he'd be okay with the $100 compensation.
Yeah.
Can you forward, Vanessa and I the information so we can formally, invite them?
And when would that be?
May 8th is the, yeah. It's from like 11:30 to 3-ish, yeah, yeah. They've been very successful. I would love for you all to come and present. I would love for, Tony Lau, he went to the bathroom. Yeah, well, as far as the, yes. Oh, this is our big thing we do every year.
Oh, that
Yeah, but we're at the forum, yeah. Yeah, and they have folks come with tables and stuff, so. Huh?
This is part of the fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, senior resource fair, yeah. I tend to over invite, so I do have to pull my reins back, and like, we don't have, we have like 10 tables. Sometimes people double up and use one table, 2 organizations, you know. Yes, you may, go ahead, your floor is open. Proceed.
Okay, Ryan Center, along with Hans and 3330 Senior Committee, we will be holding an older adults health aging symposium on February 27th from 11 to 3. And the bonus is we're gonna have a geriatric doctor.
Oh,
There,
Very good.
and which is a need, a must. Where have you been?
Yeah.
Because we don't have people going into that field. And we
Yeah.
are getting older, we're
Yeah.
living longer.
Yeah, yeah.
And the same prescription you gave me when I was 55, don't work when I'm 75, okay? So,
I'm so glad you mentioned that. Something I forgot to mention, one of our really great partnerships is with one of the local pharmacies, Town Pharmacy on Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah.
They are amazing. They will go in-home vaccinations. If people can't get to them, they come out and do medication management. They'll go over all your pills, all your supplements, tell you what's working, tell you what may be contraindicated, tell you what might be, these are two pills, just with different names. There, and there's also, do you know about the geriatric clinic at 114?
yes,
I never
they're
knew
coming,
that.
they're coming from there.
Okay, great. They're amazing.
Geriatric clinic.
Yeah.
I'm asking friends in my building, do they know a good geriatric doctor? Nobody seemed to know, and they were all.
It's so wonderful. I'll give you the phone number.
Okay.
When you call, you're gonna get the Mount Sinai main one.
I'm gonna leave this with
You gotta tell them you wanna be a patient in
Make-
morning.
yeah.
Let me go look it up.
Yeah.
But it's much easier to go here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Got that.
There was,
It is my
I think
notes.
we can make some
That's interesting.
This is fine,
Go to the doctor.
that's like the English is done.
Oh, where's my new?
So email me the information for the guy and make sure CC Vanessa and so we can invite them.
And we have, the actual earpieces for Spanish interpretation,
Very good.
so we don't have to stop and rephrase and read. And there will be games, there will be raffles, lunch provided.
One is.
And Ryan.
You'll make copies, Vanessa?
They will be there with us.
Manitou.
8556.
No. Ryan Center is a clinic.
Oh, okay, well, they have a clinic there.
No, but they're sponsored, with us. I don't know about that concern. I just know about the group and he does a lot of
They
things.
want the morning side geriatric clinic. There's another phone number. I'm not sure which is best.
And we had a legionnaires discussion.
Yeah, that's a big
The other
deal.
one is
But,
212.
we wanted to do a memorial for some of the people that passed. We're talking about that at the exec board, but I think they're gonna bring up a general meeting. Because there's a lot of folks who died live in Harlem, and you know.
And the most important thing is, I'm gonna go over the needle and ask for the bill that's going to
Both
need to
numbers
be
from
voted
same place,
on.
and I'm not.
They have a legislation in a couple of weeks that we need to get on our.
Yes, you're gonna be speaking to somebody.
So that
over
they
at
can
the main
actually
one up
come
Fifth
to us.
Avenue.
What bill?
101.
Who from you?
I'm
They're
from the
separate, and they,
Been there?
group.
Committee?
Yes.
Yeah, that's now.
I'm not, I'm not old enough, there's an age requirement, but I. Company over there, I know that was there. I'm very
12:32.
familiar with the nurse.
One more thing I wanted to ask, does anybody have any suggestions of any, you still want the folks to come in from SSRI, am I correct?
Accessory, definitely.
Definitely, we got to put that on the board.
Yeah, I want somebody to talk about, and this may sound like a grumpy. There, the situation.
Sorry.
You know, this damn phone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you.
That in the front of these buses, and I say this, there's so many of these carts, this is an issue. And it's an issue, I understand, for people who need to use these carts, but a neighbor of mine who was a senior tried to get onto the bus, and they didn't really move the thing or whatever, they rolled out, it jabbed her in her ribs.
You mean the platform,
Well, you know, in the front of these buses, they have all of these carts now and whatever people are bringing in. There's an issue here for people who are seniors who have canes but my friend got it jabbed from the cart, went through her rib cage. And she had to go to the doctor. I don't know what the hell happened there, and it really stabbed her. So, I mean, I think that's an issue. I think it's an issue. It has to do with mobility, I suppose, and everything. People come in, they don't close it, they're all.
They can't close it, it's full.
It's full, that's what I'm trying to say, because little carts like that are, for me, that's the beginning and end of having it all.
You know, but they're big ones,
And
and
that's not
yeah.
going to close if it's full.
It's an issue though, it's causing problems in the front of the bus, and in the back, they have baby carriages coming in too now.
But you never could before.
Yeah, well, you used to have to fold it up, you had to pay, you had to fold them up, yeah.
Never let you on with a stroller.
Like at the
What,
fold
and then MTA guy's coming, he says he does, but he's coming anyway, he usually does.
Is
But-
it the same guy?
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
seems to go through one ear and out the other though.
Well, you know, if you can do this individually, you don't have to do it through him. I mean, you can always
I
come to the
think he
contact.
was talking about this now.
that.
Yeah, one time you
E-bikes.
couldn't bring anything, they would make you collect the
Yeah.
card and the shop and the strollers.
Right.
But so many people complaining and stuff, so.
For accessible transportation, especially since the population is
Well,
aging
that's true.
rapidly.
Congestion pricing was 1 year as of yesterday. They
We
said
made
it's a
money
big
on it.
success. They said it's a big success, so.
Well, I hope we get, it looks like they dropped the idea of free buses, which I think they should.
They haven't addressed it yet. It's funny to me, it's only been in office a week.
To $3, what relationship does that have to the working man's salary?
That company, so we gonna talk about that
Ridiculous, $3.
all right, yes, hey, go ahead, no, Richard.
Part of what I was gonna say, I think you said, which is the issue of accessoride and the issue of how space is damaged at the bus. I think you start with the same person.
What's that?
Thank you.
The MTA?
The MTA also has a disability.
Yeah.
It was a pretty thoughtful guy.
Which one?
Thoughtful. This is my turn to blank on a name. I'll look it up in a
Yeah, a
minute.
lot of referrals to David, Tony, you see a lot of us, you know.
But if we're looking at issues with MTA, I'd actually like to add a third one to that.
What's that?
But on both buses and subways, the signage is very poor, designating water seats and water areas for senior people with disabilities. The signs need to be stronger. I think we're in a world where the drivers aren't gonna do much enforcement, so I'm not
Are
even.
you talking about trains, buses, or both?
Both. It's different substances, the signs that are up. Really seem random to me, where they get placed on the bus, there's not a consistency in what the
What
message is.
signs in particular? I'm trying to.
Generally near the front seats, signs that should say very strongly, these seats are reserved for seniors and people with disabilities. They don't make it clear. And lately been in a few different cities, and I'll tell you, I see more younger people
Sitting
sitting in those seats than anywhere else I travel.
Yes.
So that's a New York MTA.
Right, right. And mothers with children sitting there and, you know, there's people.
I mean, the
So
third issue is difficult, because to some extent, it's seniors obstructing seniors, the solution needs to be very early creative.
But, Pat,
I'd like to comment, I'm gonna put my 2 cents on the MT.
3 cents, please.
No, this is the third, right? Okay. I'd like to, one thing that I do commend the MTA for, because the last time I spoke to MTA, I had complaints. But everything is not always black and white or cut and dry.
Right.
And I commend them for the accessibility on regular public, buses, where they bring down a platform and let people ride up. They reserve the seats in the front. The signage is on the seats that this seat is reserved for handicap.
Right.
Above it, on the window, it says front seats are reserved for seniors or handicapped.
Yes, it does.
And therefore, if you have a lot of young people sitting in the front of your bus, this might be a little funny. In my neighborhood, I live on Sugar Hill. But if you, between this predominantly Black and Hispanic community, if a young person is sitting in the front and the older person gets on, we try not to all say it at the same time, get up and let him sit down. As simple as that. We cannot be afraid of our environment. These children don't know how to interact because they're on the phones all the time.
And not only that, they
They're
have it
really-
in it, so it's just as simple, because I know I'm younger than everybody here, that's why. All right now,
But
it is a very simple thing to say, honey, you need to get up. That's it.
If they will get up.
They do get up. I never, well, you see,
And
as
you
far as
say-
I am concerned, the public bus is my sofa. My chauffeur, I don't go anywhere without him.
I thought you said sofa.
And I, chauffeur. And I don't have a problem. It's how you say it to a young person. Sweetheart, you have to get up. Heart, you have to get up. And usually in my space, they do.
Well, you take out your
Yeah,
gun.
I understand. So it's a matter of, we also have to remember that these young people, they do not interface with human beings, they interface with the computer.
Exactly, that's true.
They know AI, but to, like, it's not like in telephone where we have to go to our children, say, hello, who's speaking? I had to teach a whole generation how to answer a phone at a business.
Oh, please.
Instead of just saying, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Not gonna give you the name, but there's so-and-so doesn't, give the name of where you're at, give your name and respond. How may I help you? How may I, these are little things that our young people don't have right now. They're getting this. So we're older, we have to even know this.
All right, we got, it's almost 12:30, I mean, past 12:30, 12:20. So if we, do you have something you want to say you want? Okay.
Yeah.
Madison, are you still there?
Hi, Walter.
Hi, Madison, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What's going on with the Department of
Hi, everybody.
Anything special with the Department of Aging that we need to know?
Anything special? No, everything's pretty much the same around here. I'll let you know if there's any updates.
Please do. Thanks for coming.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to the resource fair.
All right, thank you. So,
Just a point of information, the name of the MTA disability coordinator is Kamel
can
Arroyo.
you forward that to me in email? So we can do that. All right,
They know.
because I'll forget, you know.
I'll be
Young lady, hello, how are you? Anything you'd like to say?
I work for Mr.
He's my homemaker.
Oh, okay, good. All right, it works.
But you did the right thing. You invited her, you included her.
Yes, I want to hear what she has.
No problems. You know how fast I can make it all.
Yes, I do. Yeah. All right, so if we finish with everything,
you make a motion that you adjourn this meeting.
Wait a minute, Vanessa?
Any other things to talk about as far as starting to get on?
Talk to the folks, yeah.
Oh, that, okay. So I guess we can, put this on for next meeting.
Talk to the folks, yes. He talked to me. Talk to the folks.
I'm here. This is not a Black Power fit.
I'm getting later.
So I just wanna throw it out there, about ideas for the senior resource fair so that we could, come to the table with some ideas. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Are you going
When is it fair?
Yes, I always do.
May 8th, like
I
that,
always
right?
do. Okay, so we'll take a motion to.
It's
Yeah.
May 8th.
Hey, I'm almost sure it is. I'll
It is.
double check
The
now.
second Friday of the month.
Right before, we always had.
Mother-
Memorial Day on the 6th, right?
Friday before Mother's
So we had a
Day.
motion to close out. Do we have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Oh,
Thank you all for coming. Great meeting you all.
Walter.
Yes.
Get your.
Oh, yes, you may. You sure may. Oh, yes, sir.
Your autograph.
Okay. This is 1-6, right? Yep.
Yeah.
26. Right?
Because we have a presentation and a comment.
All right. You want to do anything yet? No, right?
Yeah, okay. Should have the news on.
All right.
Well, the gas meters, when is it coming to come today? I'm not sure we had a meeting and I won't be up.
Hey, ladies, I'll see you soon.
Do I have yours?
And it is one of the info.
What's on? This?
I'll be right over.
Here, this is yours.
Oh, thank you.
So just,
Everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Say
Yes.
Yes.
Paula at.
I'm also thanks.
Paula at.
Yes. Oh, you wanted the land.
Thanks for coming, young lady. Yeah, I am too.
Never too old to learn.
Sure, okay, let me stop the recording on this. Hi, Pat, how you doing? Pat Watley, she just got off. This the thing, recording.
Hi, Walter.
Oh, hello, Heather, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm not gonna mess with this.
And you're gonna open next month?
I mean, we're open over this 5 days a week now. Let's do it.
Okay.
Grow, and we need a ceremony.
I'll see you, Walter.
Okay, Ron, thanks for coming. Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
All right. Someone put something on chat.
Hi, Ron.
Did that leave? No, Alfred. You're welcome. I told him I was going next door. Maybe it's got it out. So see you later, Chris.
All right.
Are you doing this just so you can look at yourself?
No, no, I'm looking for the stop to recording.
Okay.
Find it?
No, I can't find it.
I'll see you one of these days.
Huh?
I'll see you one.
All right, man.
I just sent you Kamel's information.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just do it. Also, next one is an accessorized advocacy coalition.
Say it again.
There's an accessorized advocacy coalition.
Okay.
Um,
Is that part of MTA? Did you find it? Are you?
no, it's a
But that's-
It's opposition, it's not any. Flaws and.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm just looking for the recording thing. I don't want to end the meeting because I want to save the notes. Don't do it.
I didn't do, here it is right here, stop recording,
You see it where? Where you see it?
right here on the bottom, stop recording.
All right, so maybe the thing was in the way. That's probably why. Okay, stop the recording first, yeah. Yes.
This is.
Yeah.